Hey, so today is July 4th, 2024, and what a celebration day for America, Independence Day, which I call it. I hope you had a great July 4th. I had some time this morning. We do a family cookout at our house, and I worked out early. I came over to the office, and I thought I'm going to do a podcast because I'm celebrating today losing my 100 pounds, which I told you guys I would do by July 4th. I made it happen yesterday. I weighed 314 pounds on October 5th, 2023. Yesterday I weighed in at 214.2. And so I'm celebrating losing 100 pounds. Stuck with it, set the goal, had tenacity. Woo! And that's what we're going to talk about today. Iron will goals, setting and smashing barriers. Hey, this is Greg McAfee, and welcome to the Greg McAfee Show. Now let's get started. Okay, welcome back to the Greg McAfee Show, where we discuss steps to successful entrepreneurship, how to take your business to new heights, and ultimately follow your dreams. Iron will goals and setting and smashing barriers. And that's what it takes in business and in life. You've got to have an iron will. You've got to have a toughness of mindset. You've got to be tough. You've got to have an iron will to make goals happen, to make things happen. I lost that 100 pounds, and I can tell you that it's been less than 9 months, but there was 1 month where I only lost 2 pounds. I was doing everything I was doing before. I was doing the cardio heavy. I was walking. I was working out 3 days a week. I was eating right. I was intermittent fasting on certain days. I was doing everything I was doing, and I only lost 2 pounds. I had to have an iron will, which I have, and a toughness of mindset to continue on and make things happen, because that's where most people give up. People give up in these two areas. When they get comfortable, and I don't get comfortable, and neither should you. We just don't get comfortable. If you're in the heating and air conditioning business, it's your job to keep people comfortable, but it's your job to keep yourself uncomfortable. Keep pushing the bar. Keep moving. Keep setting goals. Okay? So, number one, we quit when we get comfortable. And number two, we quit when we plateau. And I had kind of plateaued. I mean, when you work your butt off for a whole month and only lose 2 pounds, that's plateauing in my book. Because I think let's see, I didn't even figure this up, but let's just say it's 9 months. I averaged 11 point something pounds per month loss. So I only lost 2 pounds that month. That's way off, man. That's 9 pounds below average. I could have easily thrown in the towel and said, screw this. Let's go back to eating extra large double cheese pizzas fully loaded with a half a bag of potato chips, because that's what I used to do. Woo. Or let's just order a couple big, thick double cheeseburgers, bacon burgers with fries, right? And say, screw this, and go back to being fat and comfortable. Woo. No way, no how, guys. No way, no how. All right? Someone asked me the other day, do you ever take a day off? I go, take a day off? I mean, why would I take a day off? If you're an alcoholic and you quit drinking, do you take a day off and drink? No. If you quit smoking, do you take a day off and smoke? No. Then I don't take a day off when I'm transforming my body and transforming my mind and transforming my life. No, I don't take days off. I continue on every single day. That's an iron mindset. That's tough-mindedness. And we need that. So here's what I'm doing today. It's kind of fun. I took setting goals and I took tenacity and I put it together, and I've got a 15, 20-minute podcast on this on July 4th for you. Make this happen, and I can't wait to get to it. So let's get to it. All right? And yes, I'm wearing a t-shirt today. I normally don't. I always dress, I say nice, business casual. It's July 4th. We only have a couple people working today besides emergency calls. I grabbed this Marine Corps t-shirt, served in the Marine Corps, proud of it. So I went casual today, Marine Corps, July 4th, whatever, just sharing. So, setting goals is a powerful driver of success for several reasons. Here's 3. Number 1, it gives us direction and focus. Okay? Direction and focus. Goals provide a clear direction and a focal point for all our efforts. Direction and focus helps us prioritize activities and allocate resources effectively. And direction and focus helps keep our minds clear and ready. And I always want to be clear and ready. In the Marine Corps, we had a sense of readiness. We were ready to go into combat at any time. I want to be clear and ready in my business. Things happen every day. I want to be clear and ready in my life. Things happen every day. I want to be clear and ready as a husband. Things happen every day. I want to be clear and ready for my children, my adult children. Dad, I got a question. Dad, I need some advice. I want to be clear and ready for that. Number 2, setting goals helps motivate, and it gives us a sense of commitment. Very important. Setting goals create a sense of commitment, and it motivates us to push through challenges and setbacks that, again, we have challenges and setbacks every single day in our life and in our business. And it's important to set goals and have that commitment and motivation. Now, this motivation can drive us to achieve more and persist when things get tough. And also, I want to say, this motivation helps us to be driven, because motivation is extremely important. But let me tell you something, motivation can be kind of fickle. I can go to a seminar and I can get really motivated for a day, maybe 2, and then I get back to my normal life, okay? But when I'm driven every single day, okay? There's a difference. And I want to be motivated. Boy, if you're motivated and driven, watch out, okay? But I want to be driven, and I want to have the motivation that drives me to achieve more. I want to have the motivation that I persist when things get tough, because that's tenacity. We're going to get to that. I got 3 things on tenacity we're going to talk about. And number 3 for setting goals is we have measurable progress. Goals allow us to measure progress in a concrete way. When my goal was to lose 100 pounds, mission accomplished, I measured progress. I measured calories, I measured fat, I measured protein. I got on the scales often. I'm measuring progress. I got to see the chips fly, man. I got to see action. That's why I said, went a whole month, only lost 2 pounds. Wasn't much chips flying. But guess what? I had to hang in there. I'm a pit bull on a rope, hanging on by my teeth. I'm hanging in there. I'm not giving up. Giving up's not an option in my book. And I just told my son came in, my son's manager on call today. Basically, we work from 8 to 12 on a holiday. We rotate because you never know when there's an emergency in our business, and someone's got to be ready. Again, sense of readiness. But I told my son today, I have more sense of urgency and more energy and more motivation, and I'm driven more than I ever have been since I've had a second chance to life because you've heard me say this before, but I had a quintuple bypass 2.5 years ago. Basically, I either had a heart attack or was having one when I walked in the hospital. Didn't have any textbook symptoms. Upper right chest, cold pain, sporadically. It all led to stress. I was taking care of 2 parents, elderly parents, running a business, doing everything else I do. It'd go away for hours and then it'd come back, and no textbook says that. None. Everything I read was stress. So it was, we had, going back to this, measurable progress. This increases accountability and boosts morale when you have measurable progress, and it reinforces the importance of continuing to strive towards your objectives. Okay? Now that's setting goals. Iron will goals. Making things happen no matter what. Not giving up, not quitting. Then we've got a tenacious spirit. It's a vital component of success for several reasons, and here's 3. I said, boom, we're going to 15, 20-minute this, right? Number 1, resilience in adversity. Tenacity equips us to withstand and overcome setbacks and challenges. It's that bulldog hanging on the rope idea. You have to cut the rope to get him down. And this resilience ensures that we stay on course toward our goals. And it keeps us on course when faced with difficulties that might discourage or derail us. Okay, tenacity. Number 2, it gives us sustained effort. Here's what I mean by that. Tenacity involves a commitment to persist in our effort. And guess what? I look at tenacity as being self-taught. I said this the other day. We can be born, and I'll tell you what, I mean, I know this for a fact. The way I was raised gave me a tough-mindedness, for sure. And we can be born tougher-minded than some others. That's possible. But tenacity is self-taught. You have to teach yourself to be tough. You have to quit complaining. You have to have 0 excuses. And believe that. No excuses. This little wristband reminds me every day. There's no excuses. I wish I could zoom in on that for you. No excuses. Okay? I just believe that. I don't do excuses. I hate excuses. Just admit what you did and move on and fix it. That's all. No excuses. It's crucial for achieving the long-term goals that we talked about earlier, and it means not giving up when results are immediate, when they're tough, and even when progress seems slow. 2 pounds in a month. Very slow for me. And lastly, guys, tenacity gives us a problem-solving mindset. I told you when my kids were playing sports, I'd give them that focus. That's a mindset, problem-solving mindset. Get focused, fix it. A tenacious attitude fosters a proactive approach to problem solving. Wow. Okay? A tenacious attitude fosters a proactive approach to problem solving. No longer being overwhelmed by obstacles. When you're tenacious, you're used to obstacles. You go through them. You go over them. You go around them. But you're used to them. It doesn't throw you off. It doesn't ruin your day. And it helps turn potential failures into opportunities, growth, and learning. Wow. So you've got the iron will goals. They're iron-willed because you're tenacious and you're setting goals. And you're setting and smashing barriers. You're making things happen. It's exciting. Life's exciting for exciting people. Life's exciting when you're setting goals and you're tenacious. It's a better life. And it's teachable, spreadable, catchable. Wow. I want my kids to have it. I want my friends to have it. I want my team to have it. Spread it. Make it happen. All right? So real quick, we'll put these back up there. When you're setting goals, gives you direction and focus, gives you motivation and commitment, and it gives you measurable progress. And then when you're tenacious, it gives you resilience in adversity, sustained effort, and a problem-solving mindset. Take it to heart and use it. Before we wrap up, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe below. You can also support this podcast by rating and reviewing on iTunes or your preferred listening platform. Keep listening. I'll keep doing my best to challenge you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Greg McAfee Show. No spaces, no underscores. Be sure to tune in next week. Got some good stuff coming up. Thanks for listening. As always, carry on. God bless. Make today the best day of your life because we're not promised tomorrow. See you later.